Hey, what's up everybody? Alec Hansen, Video 100. 100 videos in 100 days. We did it, dude. We did it. We did it, and I mean collectively we, because I cannot tell you the amount of support and help you guys provided me, and just nice messages, DMs, text messages, emails, supporting me on this crazy 100 videos in 100 days thing.
And really, I just want to say thank you.
So let's break it down. I want to tell you what I learned in this 100 videos series. Man, I learned a ton. First, here's the reality, right? Hard work is hard. Filming videos, 100 of them, and putting them on the internet is hard. Coming up with the content is hard. The question is it worth it? Is the hard work worth it? And the answer is, of course it's worth it. I mean, is prospecting worth it? Is building your brand worth it? Is going out and actually hustling worth it? Of course it's worth it. And let's break it down. And first, before we break it down, let's talk about why and how I pulled this off.
Why did you do this?
All right, first the why. Why do 100 videos in 100 days? Well, I've been preaching and coaching loan officers how important it is to be out in front of human beings, to be spreading your message, clarifying your brand, earning headspace with customers. And yet I turned around and I wasn't doing that personally. I hate that. I hate people that say things, that do things, and then don't do them themselves. It drives me nuts.
Hypocrite!
So I was like, if I'm gonna tell people to do stuff, man, I better do it myself. I better put my money where my mouth is. So that's what I did. Now, let's talk about the how, okay, the how. This is easy, and you've heard me say it before, but I just threw up a Google Doc, and I just started to put down all these macro topics like sales, stories of my past origination life, leadership thing, like make big macro topics. Beneath each one, I started to put down little micro topics that I would film a video about. And within like 20, 30 minutes, man, I had almost 40 topics down. And I was like, man, if I got 40 topics in 30 minutes, 100's gonna be no problem.
Simple as that.
Flip the camera around, hit record. Oh, that was a huge mistake. Apparently 40 is all I got. Apparently 40 was like, that was it. That was everything in the tank. And I realized after like 5 or 6 days, and I was like filming and putting them up, and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get to 100.
I've made a terrible mistake.
But I figured it out. And before I get into the results, I want to give you the tricks. The tricks of the trade. There's a lot of them. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's talk about the tricks that you learn as you kind of go about making these videos. First, biggest thing you have to realize and remember is that inspiration comes in waves.
Surf's up, dude!
You feel me on that? It comes in waves. I'm not constantly motivated. Sometimes I'm more motivation. I have more motivation than other times. What that means is I would film like a lot of videos at one time on one day.
You were cheating.
I wasn't cheating.
Ta-da! Yeah, it's a rack. It's a rack of clothes and t-shirts. Because I would film on one day, so I'd want to have different t-shirts on so that I wasn't wearing the same t-shirt every single day. Now, some days I did wear the same t-shirt, but you leave me alone. Just real talk, guys. Just real talk. And so I would store those videos in Dropbox, and then I would post them every day as they would come up. Here's the other pro tip. Not everybody watches every single one of your videos.
No way!
And I know for a fact, a lot of you didn't watch every single one of mine, and that's super fine, super great. Here's the advantage it gives me. It allows me to repeat topics I'm passionate about, and I never repeated a video. I never did. It was always an original video. But I did repeat topics I cared about or I was passionate about because I knew you didn't listen to it last time, or maybe I knew you needed to hear it again. So when you go and you find all my 100 videos, which, by the way, all on YouTube, baby, stored them all there, you can see that there are themes. There are themes that run through this, and that's normal. That's gonna be true to your content too. Let's talk for a second about my kit. Just because I get this question a lot, there's gonna be links below that show where you can buy all this stuff. But here's the deal. When I'm not filming on my phone, which I'm filming on my phone right now, I would use a Logitech 1080 HD, $66 on Amazon, something like that. I think there's a sale for $30. Boom. I'd also use this Blue Yeti microphone that I would have, and it's great audio. In fact, you'll notice sometimes I actually had audio only coming out of one side of the speaker because I messed up the audio and the Bluetooth on the stupid mic, but it doesn't matter. Do it live, keep going. For video editing, I take the videos after Dropbox and I do drop them through a simple video editor. I can't use Adobe, too dumb. But I did figure out how to use a simple video editing software called Movavi, and you can download it for like $50, and then boom, you can make little graphics, and you can do this thing, whatever this is. And it was easy and fun, nerdy, add common free use music and blah blah. You obviously want to use Dropbox for storage, and for those of you that remember, I made a whole video on this for my phone. When I film on my phone, I like the jump edits, and I like to put movies in.
You are a nerd.
And quotes and silly things to break up the video, and that is this app, Vlog Easy. That's the tips and tricks. That's the basics. That's the basic stuff I use. That's how I got it done. That's how I put 100 on, and yeah, the hard work is behind it all, but there's nothing else really to it, guys. That's it. So let's stop for a second. Let's land this. Let's talk about the results. What happened with this 100 videos in 100 days? Let's talk about the results, guys. Let's talk about what happened, what I experienced after 100 videos in 100 days. first, man, it feels good to be right. I mean, you gotta love that feeling, right? Because I knew that if you went out and put out intentional content on a consistent basis and really leaned into it, number one, your skills would improve, and number two, you would have some amazing results. And so let me just share some of mine. Number one, for my loanDepot family, like the people that I work with, I got so many notes. I think I deepened relationships with people that are across the country that don't work with me directly. I got notes of encouragement. I traded stories. We helped each other. We improved our game. I mean, I can't tell you how cool it was for me just to get the feedback from everybody that I was deepening relationships with people that I don't get to work with all the time.
And it felt good.
That, number one, was awesome. But apart from that, you have to remember that I've always preached this. One of my core efforts before putting out content and even during was consistently engaging and connecting to other people in the industry that I wanted to influence and that I wanted to be influenced by. This included recruits. This included other managers, other thought leaders. This included a lot of people. And so I got to tell you that as I put out content and as I engaged their content, man, my relationship with them deepened. In fact, if you watch the last video in 99, like I told you, the people that are influencing me, I grew. And I got to tell you too, as like a recruiting leader and somebody who is passionate and loves loanDepot, man, I got people who cold direct messaged me being like, I want to hear more about loanDepot. And if you noticed in a lot of the 99 videos, 100 videos, I wasn't like bragging about loanDepot. I think loanDepot is an amazing company. I would never work anywhere else. But I wasn't just like, yeah, loanDepot, bang. But instead, I was talking about what I cared about, and I got some. It was amazing. But let's just put my results aside for a second. Do you know how many stories I got from people who had amazing results when they turned the camera on, when they put out content on a consistent basis? I mean, I had loan officers whose realtors asked for appointments. I had people who posted Yelp reviews and got deals. I had people who inspired and educated veterans who didn't think they could get a VA renovation loan and thought those didn't exist. I got another guy, another story. A high school friend was like, hey, I need a loan. I watch your videos.
Real talk.
It's undeniably true. In fact, can I ask a favor, please? If you ever watched a video, or if you have a story about some piece of content you did or an effort you did online and you got opportunity or business from it, man, can you post that? Can you inspire other people to realize? The other thing I found out, guys, is that the reason people aren't doing it is because we're afraid. That's it. We're afraid. Guys, if you know my story, when I started prospecting agents, I would drive up to, I remember this vividly, I drove up to one of the best producing realtors, open houses, and I looked in the door and I saw him in there. I was so afraid of rejection that I drove away. I couldn't even go in the house.
We gotta hang out more. I didn't know there was anyone else like me.
That same fear is holding all of us back, holding a lot of you back from putting out your content, putting out your message, building your brand, because it's the same stuff that's held us back before. And I learned that too. And that's a sad thing. So please put a comment if you did something. Let's inspire each other on to greater heights. All right, so the proof's undeniable, guys. This is a fun place to play. Here's what's next. Not doing 100 videos in 100 days again. Oh my God. And not that the hard work is not what bothers me. I didn't like how some of the topics were actually too varietal. Like they dance around. It's like one day I'm talking about this, the next day I'm talking about this. It lacked a lot of kind of intention in driving core messaging. So, man, I'm gonna do a podcast.
It's full on podcast.
2020, baby. Podcast. Modern Lending Podcast is coming. I'm really excited to bring on some guests and use them to kind of talk about what's changing. And I decided that once a week I'm going to go live because I really enjoy the dialogue process of the videos and the commentary. And I'm not getting that with just a video. So we're going to go live, baby.
It's time to go live.
Hope you're ready. So let me just wrap up with this, guys. It's worth it. It's hard. It's fun. You get better. You struggle with the same stuff you always struggle with. But there is nothing more powerful and more rewarding than putting yourself out there and watching all your hard work reciprocate as you build influence and build brand and build your business. So the last thing I'll tell you after these 100 videos in 100 days, just remember, you're not alone. We're here with you. Turn the camera around and hit record. See you guys next year.